am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a storm. And I am the one. Phoenix Nation, we are back. If you cannot tell, I am exhausted. Oh my God. Because we have just completed 4 days straight of Comic-Con, New York City Comic-Con. It is back after a 2-year hiatus, and I am joined not only by my partners in crime that you heard on the last with our pre-Comic-Con show. I'm also joined by a new guest today, so I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to introduce everybody that's with me because I'm exhausted. They're exhausted. We're barely recovered from this week. It has not been a good week. So I'm going to start, obviously, with the man to my left, the one, the only, Nandy.
What's up?
What's up? Yay, you're back. You survived.
We survived.
You survived. You Sherpa boy.
Sherpa. Yeah, that was was heavy bags.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then, obviously, since they were also on our pre-show, we have Choco.
Hello, hello. Definitely not as energetic as last time.
No. I don't even know where I'm literally surviving on coffee. And thanks to, our next guest providing me with said coffee, we have Scott joining us. Yay, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back. We haven't heard your voice on the gate in quite a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yes. I think the last time you were with us,
Video games?
it was a video game episode that we did in my apartment when Caitlin was still my partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we had the Lithy still part of the podcast. It's fine. They're in Iceland. I don't care. Because they put, it's quick offshoot. They pissed me off the other day because I put up something about if I'm not talking to you anymore, there's a reason.
Oh, I saw that.
And then they had the nerve to go and steal that. And I'm just like, okay, cool. You go do you. Enjoy Iceland. Bye-bye. Whatever. Because, shit. Whatever. But we're here to talk about Comic-Con. We went, I, Choco, and Nandy we went all 4 days.
Yeah.
Scott only went Thursday. Scott.
Yes, indeed.
How did you feel after being back after a 2-year hiatus? How'd you feel?
I don't remember if I went back in 2019. I think I skipped that year because there were 1 or 2 years that I skipped Comic-Con. I started going in 2015, but overall, I was kind of, not looking forward to it, considering that a lot of major vendors that make Comic-Con feel like Comic-Con for me, they were not there.
Yeah, a lot of vendors did pull out.
Yeah, so you have the big ones like DC, Marvel,
Entertainment Earth.
Funko.
Right. Funko's a big one.
I was
Midtown.
happy they were not there.
Loungefly.
I actually, as a matter of fact, Funko had a bit of a shit show online because there was no lottery. It was just basically everybody for themselves.
First come, first serve.
Right. And I heard, I was going to get one of the Funkos that was exclusive. And unfortunately, a lot of people were having issues with that. So, you know what? Maybe they learned their lesson. Yeah.
Funko.
So,
we have a problem with the Funko booth every year.
It takes up so much space, and then the people waiting online takes up so much space.
Yeah.
You
And
literally can't walk around the Funko
totally,
booth.
yeah.
The line, the people, can you buy me?
The scalpers that actually get there that buy out the whole lot before you can even get up there.
if you go up there and the shelves are empty and it's like, oh, come back tomorrow. I don't want to do this tomorrow. I want to do this right now. What do you have behind the thing? What do you got more?
Yeah, dude, gimme.
Yeah.
But what did you end up enjoying yourself?
Yeah, so one thing I didn't take into consideration was, the fact that this was probably for the best, especially with, them bringing back NYCC during a pandemic. And, all of us should be grateful for that. And, for them not having all those major vendors there was actually probably a blessing in disguise, because I would have thought it was going to be a shit show without them. It actually is a shit show with them. And it was actually more easy, and it was peaceful. It was just was more room to walk around.
Definitely.
You know, I didn't feel like I had anybody breathing down my neck because they were right behind me.
Agreed.
You know,
we're never gonna get that again.
no. But that definitely was towards the end of the day. It felt like it was worth going. It was a nice kind of transition into being back in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when next year comes, we're gonna look back and be like, you know what, NYCC 2021 was actually killer.
Yeah, I mean, and we all went in our Zootopia cosplay, and I think that killed it. We were getting stopped all day.
It was so fun.
They wanted our picture. I went as Mayor Bellwether. Nandy, you went as Chief Bogo, and Scott and Choco went as Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde, and they killed it. I had so many people asking me. Some people actually didn't know who I was until I was standing with you guys. They thought I was an Animal Crossing person.
You know what, you could have, if the ears were different, you could have passed as like Isabella.
The which one?
The
the dog?
Yeah, Isabella.
Yeah, I think so.
If you change the ears
If
up.
I changed the ears up and I made the wig a little blonder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could totally have gotten away with that. Yeah, I could see that. But people, when they figured out that I was Mayor Bellwether, they were just like, oh my God, that's so cute. I mean, and everybody knew immediately who you were.
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
The size probably also helped because I'm so tiny.
So small. So small. It's like tiny little things.
It's like, oh, she's clearly the rabbit.
Clearly. Yeah. I mean, and the cosplays for Thursday, I believe, went over very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My one thing was I fucked up my feet for the rest of the weekend.
Oh, Friday was not a good day. Friday was not a good day. It was not. So, Scott, since you were only there the one day, do you feel like you accomplished everything you wanted to on Thursday, which is not usually a luxury that we get afforded because of the hectic air and time slots and all the other things that happen because how crowded Comic-Con usually is?
Mm-hmm. I didn't really have anything planned prior because I was dreading going.
Yeah.
And then when I was there, I was just kind of winging it. So it was just like, oh, that looks cool. Let's go over there. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. We were on the Bandai Namco line.
It went by so fast.
That went by really fast.
Yeah.
And also, that wasn't planned. It was just like, all right, let's get online. You know?
Right, which normally you cannot do.
Right, exactly. You're looking at it and they're just, they had time slots there, but I mean, that was for the, Dragon Ball Z statue exclusive?
Yeah, the
that was for
exclusive
something else.
Goku, yeah.
So
We had that. I had that.
luckily that was the hottest item there, and I barely even started DBZ, so it's not like I could freak out over something like that.
I had so many people hitting me up to buy me that statue.
It was pretty much the color.
Did you guys get it?
We got it.
We did.
It's pretty much it's the color.
Yeah, it was a
because
variant, right?
the figures, yeah, it's a variant. The figures pretty much, it was a clear color.
Yeah.
So it pretty much looked like.
And it had like the little effects behind it that
Yeah,
most of the time
I saw
when you
the
get
picture of it. It looked really pretty.
most of the time when you get the what is it, Figure Arts?
Yeah, it's Figure Arts.
SH Figure Arts version, they don't come with the actual flames and the power ups that you
Yeah, you have
need
to
for
buy them
it. You have to
separate.
buy that separate.
It's how they get their money.
It's how they get their money. Oh my god.
It's a good thing you're not into Dragon Ball Z yet, because I feel like if you do get into it, you're going to be like, I want all the things.
Yep, and then all my money's going to go.
No, trust me. Nando is into DBZ, and every time I go into a home, there's a new figure, and I'm like,
First of all,
where did that come from,
I
sir?
only buy
Where did that come from, sir?
I only bought 3, and I only buy one specific character.
Jiren.
The last one you saw was Hit.
Oh, Hit's pretty good, too.
Yeah, I only bought the Hit and Jiren. After that, I don't only buy the Goku ones. I don't buy any of the other characters.
See, I do Vegeta, as you can see behind me.
I may or may not be doing a Femme Vegeta cosplay. I admit nothing. I might be doing it. I'm actually doing it.
Who do you think I'd like?
I still think you'll like Vegeta. I still think you're gonna love Vegeta.
Actually,
once you get to see him.
I think Scott would connect more with Piccolo.
See, it's either gonna be with him. I think the reason I say Vegeta is because I'm such a Vegeta stan, and he might get that energy off of me because you've done that with other characters when we watch something. Like your favorite character is similar usually to the ones I like because I talk about them a lot while we're watching it. So that might be why. But honestly, I feel like you're gonna see Trunks when he comes in. You're gonna be like, he's so cool.
I agree with that.
You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to
think he's
agree
gonna
with
go
that.
Trunks.
I'm gonna have to
Trunks
agree with
is
that.
so cool though.
I am gonna have to agree with that.
Future
Yeah,
Trunks.
I look at him and he gives off Cloud vibes because he's got that big sword.
There's a reason for the sword.
There's a reason.
Right.
There's a
I
whole
know.
movie on the sword.
Yep, the sword is like magic.
Yeah, because I would have said Gohan, but then like what happens?
No.
Dragon Ball Z leading up Gohan, yes, but then as soon as you pass that,
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
if you go Dragon Ball,
no,
no.
he already we only just finished the
Vegeta's
Raditz.
on his way to
Yeah,
Earth.
we're just starting the Vegeta saga, like into Frieza.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, you were way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
But I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there that would be like, "Damn, I wish I was you right now. I wish I was watching it for the first time."
It's okay.
I think
all
he's
good.
gonna like Nappa.
I mean, in all
can't
honesty,
wait.
we can't really complain though because at Comic-Con they had a huge Dragon Ball Z setup.
Yeah,
they had
I
a
loved it.
16,000-pound Great Ape Vegeta
I know, it was so
light
cool.
up statue.
It was so cool.
Yeah,
They
I think
had-
that was the biggest
They
hit.
had
the
a
Shenron,
full.
too.
They had a full blown. They had full size Shenron.
Yeah.
Full size figures of the actual characters from DBZ in their different forms. It was beautiful.
No, that was the ending of Dragon Ball Z where they're all standing together.
Yeah.
Where you could just insert yourself in that one.
I
little
didn't
spot.
take a picture there. I should have.
I didn't take anything there, but I did see a lot of people. They were enjoying that setup, and even in like the place where they have the figures set up, that you can see what's coming, what's not coming, what's out, what's been out.
Yeah.
They had other figures. They had the Ginyu Force
Yeah.
there. I mean, like.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to. We have to applaud that setup. That was
Yeah.
a beautiful setup.
you know what else was beautiful too was the was it the SH figure arts booth? It was the Demon Slayer booth was very beautiful. Also.
Funimation.
It was
That was a
that- the
Funimation.
that was
Funima-
beautiful.
Funimation had 3 different setups throughout Comic-Con. They had the place that we loved going to.
Yeah,
with
Sakura Park.
The Sakura Park, which was, oh my God.
Is that the one outside with the
No, that
DJ?
was the one inside.
That was the one inside with
It-
the bridge.
It literally,
Oh, yeah,
it had a
yeah.
sign that
That was
literally
beautiful.
says Sakura Park on it.
Yeah.
I saw, I think the third day I noticed it and I was like, oh, it has a name.
Yeah. And
Wonder
they
if
had
they
a
did
setup
anime
outside with all sorts of like different parasols and light up clouds and a place to sit and just relax outside.
And the DJ.
Yeah.
And a DJ and a big screen
That
TV.
DJ was lit too.
That DJ was lit.
At night, he was great.
Yeah. And then they had inside they had the Funimation booth where it was Demon Slayer.
Yeah, that was just so cool.
No, yeah,
Absolutely A plus. We're gonna
Yeah, I think Funimation
killed it.
killed it for sure. They had probably the best boots, I would say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Totally agree. And the funny how often did we say that are we at Anime NYC 2.0 right now?
no, I would not be surprised if they're back.
Yeah. I hope they bring it back.
I think they are.
If they bring up that exact setup to Anime NYC, I will
I'd be
be
happy.
very happy. Yeah, I would be very happy with that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that was just gorgeous.
It made me so happy because, like, I will admit one of the saddest things during quarantine was having to not go to Sakura Matsuri at the Brooklyn Botanical.
Yeah.
It's one of my, like, sometimes I'll skip certain cons, like, once every a few years. That is my never miss, is the Cherry Blossom Festival at
Yeah.
the Brooklyn Botanical. So having it canceled last year, literally, I was, like, in tears.
Yeah, I remember
For
you
that,
were really
I
upset
was
with that.
so. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm sad about all these cons," and I'm like, "I can't go to the Cherry Blossom Festival."
Yeah. No, that's definitely a thing. So far we are agreeing that was it the Bandai booth, which was Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
Bandai West.
Bandai West, and then they had the Funimation booth.
that was really good.
That was really good. The figure arts itself booth was great because it
Yeah.
had life-size statues of the Gundam, Godzilla,
And-
Samurai
Yep,
Darth Vader.
Yep.
And it was such a tease. All that there. Where the figures? They're not here.
We don't have them here. You have to order them.
Yeah.
You have to order them.
They
Did you
went-
guys see the Godzilla booth on the other side?
Yes.
With the bus.
Yes.
I freaked out when I saw them. They were so beautiful. They were like $1,200, but they were stunning.
Try 4,000.
Oh, no, that was the big.
Oh, that
big
was the
one.
two-
the Space
two-
Godzilla and normal Godzilla
yeah.
fighting, which was absolutely gorgeous. You can actually check out a picture of that on the Phoenix Gate Instagram. We will be posting that along with all the other photographs that we have of the different booths and setups so that you guys can see what we're talking about in tandem with today's episode. But yeah, all those Ninja Batman figures, gorgeous, expensive, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, the setup was really nice.
The new building is really nice,
The
too.
new building's absolutely gorgeous. The new Empire stage.
Yeah, you didn't get to see it, Scott, but we went there on the final day.
Final day.
Yeah, because that's where they had the mini cosplay competition. So we had to go into that building, and it's very pretty. It was the coolest building in terms of heat as well.
Yeah,
gonna
they
say it
did
like
not
this.
have the air conditioner on in the main part of the Javits.
That was a preview. And I said it to Jade right after. This right here, the third floor, is definitely going to be the photo shoot area.
I think that's where they're setting it up so they can stop having us in the tunnel.
That's
I think they
one.
don't
I'm
want us
fine
in the
with
tunnel
that.
anymore.
And then
I don't like taking photos in the tunnel, so I'm okay with that.
and two, they had closed off part of that area. And if that area is as big as I think it is,
It looks huge.
you're
It's
gonna
huge.
Comic-Con is definitely going to be expanded. Maybe I would say maybe a third more.
I mean, I'm not complaining because the way that they actually had extra space
Yeah.
to this year. They had it set up in the normal way where Artist Alley, if I believe, in 2019
It's
took up
usually
the
in that,
entire.
that weird spot. You had to do like that really long walk. And then
Yeah.
it was like at the end,
And-
smushed in a room.
Right. This year, they had it take up an entire half of the basement, which was great because it gave us so much more space, so many more vendors.
Yeah, Artist Alley did. Get
Artist Alley was
a big respect this year.
Yeah, big, and the artists there.
Oh my god, there was
Wow.
I could have easily spent like $5K
Easily.
if I had.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh
but-
yeah, and wow,
There was a
some
lot.
of these artists are just like what? And then you also had on the main floor where remember they used to have it where to go from one side of Comic-Con to the other side of Comic-Con, they had it like kind of like closed off with big poles and stuff. That is now completely open. The poles are still there, but it's now more, I guess, spacious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the better word I'm looking for here. And they had artists set up there too. Our friends from Fat Guys Inc. were there. They were set up right there in the middle of the station, right across from the fudge.
I never got fudge.
I never got fudge. I wanted to get that because I always somehow bring home some fudge from Comic-Con because the fudge that they bring there, the dealer that comes there,
Do they go to Anime NYC?
they do.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
that's on the list.
We will
Add
have fudge. We'll have fudge. So, Scott, for Thursday, what would you say your favorite vendor was?
That's a tough one.
We went to a couple.
Yeah,
we
I
did.
know.
Yeah.
How about I reword the question? What was the one thing you were most excited to see on the main floor?
Well, like I said, I wasn't planning on, like, I didn't know who was going to be there since the big ones, the big vendors left. And I didn't know exactly how many other people backed out. Square Enix obviously backed out this year. I thought I would have heard something from that, but they weren't there.
Nope.
But from what you did see.
I mean, I really enjoyed everything I saw. Bandai Namco. I'd have to say the Demon Slayer setup was one of the highlights.
Yeah.
For sure.
No.
That was definitely that was really beautifully set up, and just it's cool because the second season drops in what?
It dropped
December?
already.
It dropped
Oh,
already.
it dropped already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were
So-
you're
You're
so
a week
excited.
behind.
Yeah. So
You
Yeah.
got so excited when we saw that booth because you're like, oh my god, I want to take pictures with they had like cardboard cutouts of some of the characters next to their swords.
Yeah.
See, you got one with Rengoku.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the other big thing too. I think they announced the swords.
The sword.
Yeah, 'cause-
and then the one sword that we couldn't even get our hands on.
Tanjiro's was there somewhere apparently.
No, it was sold out.
She was right, but it was in fact sold out.
GameStop sold out too on the website. The Tanjiro sword. So it's probably,
the
Zenitsu's is
same
not
stuff?
out yet though.
it's probably the same sword.
Tanjiro's.
Tanjiro's.
Yep. Then that's
It's all
the one.
black.
Yeah,
right?
because
Yes.
we got Rengoku's sword.
Yeah, that was the only one they had like stock of. And then Zenitsu's
always
is not
showing.
even out yet. It comes out in like
A month.
a month or something. Yeah, it was like
So you can
November,
get it
I think.
in advance just by attending a Comic
I
Con.
don't think they were taking pre-orders
No.
though.
No, they were not.
They
but
wouldn't know.
There
They
was a vendor there. There was actually two vendors there that actually did have foam replicas of all of the katanas
Yeah, we went
from
there.
Demon Slayer. We did go there.
I
mean,
almost got them.
yeah, straight up, I wanted to. I'm not gonna lie. But Demon Slayer was huge, obviously, at Comic-Con this year.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, I saw so many Dragon Ball cosplayers.
There was a really good Goku there.
Yeah.
Had a fantastic wig.
Yes.
And I completely forgot to take his picture. His wig was fantastic, though. He looked great, too. I forgot what Goku he was.
Was it blue-haired?
Yeah.
And he looked battle-worn?
No, he was very clean.
Oh, then it wasn't Kofi Fitness.
He was
No.
pretty.
No, it was
chiseled
someone
though,
I
right?
didn't know. Yeah, he
Yeah, I
was
saw
someone I
pictures of
didn't
him.
know.
I think he's there every year. It does the same thing.
So what?
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, did you, like, the one wonderful thing that I'm going to point out about this year's Comic-Con is how the cosplay, it was either a hit or it was a miss. Big with some of those cosplays. There was, how many times did you and I sit, Choco, you and I were talking, being we are the resident, quote unquote, veteran cosplayers here. We kept saying, like, Amazon and Mick Costumes made a fortune off this
And Party City.
and Party City.
And
No, it's-
whoever was selling the Loki.
It's funny you're
headpieces.
mentioning. It's funny you're mentioning this because I was actually just talking to my friend Kat Harris. His friend does Tenjin from Demon Slayer.
Tanjiro.
He's got the beads. And
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's perfect, on point. And we were talking about how I got the Rengoku sword and I want to cosplay Rengoku. I noticed that obviously Demon Slayer was a big hit at NYCC, but I noticed that there were a lot of Rengokus whose wigs just looked like they were pulled out of the bag. They weren't even styled.
No.
It is a hard wig, though.
It is a hard wig
No,
to
it is.
style.
She's got one of the harder
Those
hairs.
flame points.
Right. They didn't have any of that. It was just kind of like running down.
Well, what we found out too, just by talking to people, was there's a lot of people's like first Comic-Con or even first con.
Period. There was a lot.
There was a lot of baby cosplayers here, so I give them all credit
Yeah.
for their first costume.
I mean, we
For
had
sure.
people, there was a couple people that traveled from Tennessee.
That's far.
There was a couple that came from Tennessee. There was a couple that came from Pennsylvania. We were talking to them. That like a lot of the vendors, they got rid of the iconic red carpet. If you guys have been to previous NYCCs, you know.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize
Yeah, I
that.
didn't realize that too.
Yeah, the carpet is usually bright red for
Yeah.
NYCC. This year it was not. It was actually like this mottled kind of like
it's
staticky
black,
gray
right?
and white.
Yeah.
They got rid of the iconic red carpet, and it was now white and gray, which I think was actually much more pleasing to the eye.
I think that's better because I always tripped over the red carpet anyway.
Me too.
There was always too many wires, and then I would trip. So I'm fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
fine without the red carpet.
But yeah,
keep it away.
One of the big things that, was a big thing. Also, let's talk about how easy it was to get in and out of that. What?
Wow, we literally thought it was going to be like 2 hours to get in to do all the things you had to get in because you had to get your badge checked, you had to get your bag checked, and then you had to have the vaccination thing.
We had to stop off to get that at a different zone. Yeah.
It literally was
We thought like it would be like
5 minutes.
Yeah.
In and out. In and out.
Never in any Comic-Con I've ever been to, even in 2008. I don't think it was that quick to get into
It was
the
not.
convention.
It was not, because there was always a line that literally went down from the entrance, down all the way around to the Hudson Yards, on the whole side of the highway, the whole Riverside Drive. All of that was always filled with people. And then they funneled them into the one side.
Well, personally, in my opinion, I think they funneled a lot of people to the other side this year. Because usually they
No,
tell
it's the same side that they funneled them in.
no, but usually they tell everyone come down 39th. This year they told
this is
time they
true.
told everyone to go 35th.
Yes.
And then you have the and then you have the other side that you can go in.
They were
Right.
just quicker, though, in general. Like, they usually take so long.
Mm-hmm.
They were quick. I just felt like they were, like, on their
They
game.
were on their, because also the
were.
same thing, one of the things that I do know this year from a friend of mine that usually works all the conventions, not a single one of the veteran people that work that con was hired.
Correct.
That's good, because they don't do a good job.
No, it was true.
I'm sorry.
Every person I spoke to that worked at
is new.
is brand. No, this is my first year. Oh, this is my first year.
Good for them.
Good
they
for
did.
them.
They did way better than the previous years.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, the
1,000
veteran.
times better.
Yeah, like, Scott, what did you think of security
It went quick.
It
right?
went real quick, right?
No, it definitely did.
And we had to like pick up your badge, and that went really fast.
That is true. We had to pick up your badge at will call, and usually you're waiting online at will call for at least an hour. Then you're waiting on the line to get in for at least another hour. So by the time you're actually in, you're already 3 hours into the convention.
It makes sense that there's different people there because there was people walking in with props. I saw people with props that you would think typically would be thrown away.
Oh
or at
yeah,
least put to
Raph
the
came
side.
in with metal.
Raph wait, that was metal? That wasn't even
metal.
plastic?
He was wearing steel chainmail.
I thought the sword's metal too?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't hold the sword.
No, the sword. The sword that he was wearing for his D&D
hel-
character.
I know the helmet was metal.
The helmet was metal. The sword that he was carrying for his D&D character was
came in.
also
Oh my God.
I was
metal.
shocked. I was like, okay.
I mean,
People had red-tipped guns. I mean, that's typically what they tell you to if you bring it to a con, but they normally don't even allow any weapons.
they'll
in
zip
there.
tie it to your fucking holster.
There was no
Yeah.
zip ties on any weapon.
No, they didn't snip anybody's bow.
That's right. I saw strung bows.
There
and I
were
was like,
strung
what?
bows.
That one woman. She had a bow.
The Borderlands?
I think it
Alloy
was-
from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a strong bow.
Yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I walk in a Merida costume and they're just
The
snip,
reason
snip.
I didn't wear Sylveon was for that very reason. Was I didn't want my spear to get taken.
It's the main reason why Fernando did not bring his Mandalorian walking stick.
Yeah, because I didn't want my stuff taken.
We did not want it taken away. And then, like, remember also, like, we are going to talk about the actual guidelines because we did talk about them in our pre-show. Now we're talking about how these guidelines were put into effect, what we saw, and how they were enforced. Not going to lie, yes, the mask mandate. Some people were assholes about it. Most of the people did not wear them
outside.
outside.
Inside,
It was hit or miss.
yeah. Inside, the only time I really didn't see masks on for the most part was like in the food areas,
Well, that's because
or
everybody
if
was eating.
someone was like there was in an open space around no one, like they would pull their mask down. And
Like,
I get
I'm not
valid.
gonna lie, I was so overheated most of the time.
very hot.
When we were inside, I kept my mask around my chin. I had a chin diaper. That's what happens there. I'm not gonna lie. But also here's my logic in that. Super spreader event notwithstanding, everybody there is vaccinated. Everybody there was vaccinated. So less of a chance of me getting sick, and I washed my hands and touched no one. Did not allow anybody to touch me. So.
No, but I agree. I think the mask mandate was very loosely enforced.
Yeah, remember they said no full-blown masks? Like, Deadpool cosplayers
yeah,
were, like,
Nick.
freaking out. The Mandalorians were freaking out. Like, 501st was freaking out. They were wearing their
Man,
helmets.
that was out the window.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, that went out.
That went out the window real fast.
I think
Yeah, literally-
Saturday it went out the window.
Friday.
Well, no, literally
Friday.
an hour in on Thursday, I saw someone with a full face mask, and I was like, I thought these weren't allowed.
Word.
An
The
hour
Spider-Man.
in.
The Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's. I think like couple of the Spider-Mans went Thursday.
A couple of the Mandos were there, too.
I know.
And then
I know
word got
some
out.
people were following because I know like some of the paladins. When I was talking to them, I was like, "How are you guys doing the full mask?" And then they were wearing a mask underneath, like you were supposed to if you did a full face
Yeah.
mask. So like some people were following, and I mean, I didn't go up to everyone and ask them, but I don't.
Not
know
your
if-
job.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone was doing that.
Oh, then it was I think the guy that played Mr. Freeze 2 years ago came back again this year. Did Mr. Freeze?
Oh, the Lex Luthor guy.
right.
Yeah,
And
he always has the most elaborate cosplays.
and no mask.
No mask. But
No
a
mask.
dome on his head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably even better than a mask. Though,
I
let's
mean,
be honest.
because one of the other guidelines was no face shields.
yeah.
There were people walking around in
There
face
were.
shields. There were people walking around in just face shields.
So like I said, that rule was very
Loosely enforced.
And then if you went into the tunnel, no one.
No one was wearing
No
a
one in
mask.
the tunnel.
And there was weed everywhere.
Oh my god, it was so strong. I was so
Oh my
sick.
God. Like, everybody could get contact high just from sitting in the tunnel. Like,
Yeah, that probably didn't help me already feeling
like garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably did not help me.
Yeah. I mean, now to get back to the whole, like, the guidelines, which did go hand in hand with how a lot of our cosplay actually was affected.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went out of our way to make our masks match our cosplays for the entire weekend, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
What was I wearing? I was wearing a bellwether mask that was just a white mask on Thursday. a purple mask to go with Jessica on Friday. I had my Bowsette mask that went, because, yes, I did do Bowsette again, with her upgrades. And it went over so good.
It did.
It did. But then I was in a normal mask on Sunday because my body said, nope.
I don't think my soul has come back to my body yet from that.
No.
My soul left my body, and I've been dead since.
We made a mistake on Friday. No, we fucked up. We fucked up on Friday. Oh my God. So it was the first time I ever wore Jessica Rabbit.
And yeah, same for me with catnip. First time at a
con.
At a con.
Right. So mistakes were made.
Never again.
Oh my God. So my Jessica Rabbit, number one, I bought that cosplay when I was bigger. So it was too big for me. So I had to really deal with it being a little bit, doesn't fit in the right areas. Okay, like it was supposed to. So I'm dealing with that. Add to the fact that there was sequins everywhere. And they were slicing up my skin and on the underneath my arms. And now also add to the fact that I'm one of those bitches. I have to be as accurate as possible to a canon character. I'm wearing purple heels at a convention. Never again.
Yeah, which I argued with you. For how long?
Well, you did. And I did bring purple flats, which worked. And, in the end. But in the end, that cosplay got so bad, I had to buy an emergency Kigu.
And you looked cute.
Thank you. And I was just basically, I yeeted off that cosplay so fast. And it will be a very long time before I get back into Jessica Rabbit. And also, I kind of don't feel like she was very well received.
I thought you did. I thought everyone
She did
really
well.
liked it.
She did well.
You know what it is also because it was the first time for a lot of people, they don't know the protocols for talking to a cosplayer.
Well, mind you, I kept saying this before. We were inside the con. We walked around.
That is true. We didn't
were
hang out
looking-
outside.
Like a lot of the photos, you are seeing people that just go there just to get their photo taken.
Of course, they want the notoriety.
And that's it. They don't experience the con. I think they maybe do like maybe an hour or two. And then they go and bitch and complain about like, I didn't get to do none of the con. Why? What were you doing the whole time?
I was getting my photos done.
There you go.
I mean, we actually managed to enjoy the entire convention on Thursday before our group photo shoot,
Yeah, which was fun.
which was fun. Because I also do remember, Scott, you were saying by the end of the day you were having back problems because of your tail. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like by the end of the day, I was ready to yeet out of my wig. You were ready to yeet out of your tail. We are definitely not in con shape anymore.
I hurt my feet.
Yeah, those are done.
Yeah. So I made the bad mistake of wearing the Naruto ninja shoes, which is just EVA foam. There's no support. I wore them all day without any kind of insole. So I kind of ruined my feet for the whole convention.
Yeah, even the boots that you borrowed for catnip the next day didn't save you.
They helped, though. If I had worn other shoes, I would have been like, I can't even go the rest of the con.
Yeah, no.
I can't stand.
Yeah, yeah. If I hadn't been switching in and out of those heels into the purple flats, I think I would have been crippled for Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was remember, I even still had problems on Saturday with Bowsette's cosplay.
Yeah.
And those were flat boots.
The socks helped. The emergency socks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I remembered to put them on. I am not a smart person. I didn't, Oops, my bad. I mean, other than that, though, there were some veteran cosplayers there. Some of our friends were there. A lot of our friends boycotted. Mm-hmm. They did.
They're coming to Anime NYC, though. I feel like everyone is going to Anime NYC.
Everybody we know is going to Anime NYC.
Watch that be a bigger turnout than.
Good. I hope so. I love Anime NYC.
Yeah, but they may cap it. Do you think they'll cap it the way that they did at NYCC?
Probably, but I don't even think they plan to reach those numbers, though.
I have a different theory on this.
Do tell.
And it started actually during the pandemic, going into this year, and I see for the future. Mm-hmm. Because remember, I'm going to go to the other different cons. The E3 convention. Mm-hmm. Always big video games and everything like that. What happened? Nintendo pulled out. Xbox pulled out. PlayStation pulled out. Said, "Man, we can do this on our own."
Yeah, Jeff Keighley from the Game Awards made his own thing, which worked out in his favor.
It did. I mean, the
and-
Nintendo Direct is great.
Right.
Yeah.
Hence, like I said, pulled out, said we could do it on our own.
That's what she said.
I mean, it's true.
During the pandemic,
Title of your sex tape?
yep. During the pandemic, Funimation did their own virtual con that I actually paid to watch.
You did.
How was it? Because I didn't watch it.
It was very interesting. It went through a lot of the panels, and I think it gave the concept of the virtual con.
The virtual con was a thing during the pandemic.
So I think it gave us, and that was Funimation.
Certain things, I will agree with your theory here. Certain things are really good at VirtuaCon. There are other things that you just can't get virtually.
No, correct.
Yeah.
Just
This
saying.
year, we all said it. Funimation really had their hands on this con.
Honestly, I think they were the biggest vendor.
They were.
Because everybody
Apparently
else pulled out.
McDonald's was.
No, McDonald's owns Comic-Con now.
I know.
And this is
No.
why I'm saying,
Okay.
not now, but I say in the future, Funimation will do their own thing.
Funimation will do their own con, the way BlizzCon used to happen.
No. I think they're going to buy.
No.
Anime NYC.
Yes.
They may sponsor. They will not buy.
Well, the thing was, Anime NYC first year was Crunchyroll Con in a different name. Crunchyroll was the owner of Anime NYC first year.
This is
then
true.
they let other vendors come in. But now that Funimation owns Crunchyroll, they could turn it into Funimation Con.
I see it happening.
They could,
So
but
I
honestly,
I see what you're saying.
Because I was saying that was I think that was a test. Like, we throw all our stuff out there.
They
Pretty
do-
much we own all the animations.
There is an actual Crunchyroll Con in it's either in Texas or in
California.
It's one of them. I forget the name of it, but they do have a con that they still own themselves, which I guess Funimation owns. I can't remember the
Yeah,
name
because
of it
remember,
now.
Reed Pop is the one that owns several of the larger conventions. They're the ones that run it, and then they have the vendors come in,
Yeah.
But think about it. LA has two. You have San Diego Comic-Con,
which was canceled again this year.
not necessarily, and WonderCon that they do in the spring.
Anaheim.
Florida, SuperCon
Oh, yeah.
and MegaCon.
Yep. And then apparently there's Spooky Empire happening this year, which is another very large convention.
Holmat is really big too.
Holmat is huge.
Two.
That's their biggest anime con, I think, is Holmat.
Yeah.
Personally, I think New York is going to have two big cons. And I think Funimation will sponsor, if not take over Anime NYC.
We'll see.
Well, they always are a sponsor, regardless.
Sponsor, yes,
Yeah.
but eventually the sponsorship is going to become Funimation.
I mean, I like the way they've run in the past, and they're on top of stuff. Like, they were on top of stuff before Comic-Con was.
True.
And, like, Comic-Con was getting on top of stuff because Anime NYC had already done stuff. They were like, oh, I guess we should do stuff for our con. So, because it's not a Reed Pop, the Anime NYC. It's not
No,
a Reed Pop con.
it is
So
not.
I'm excited to see how their guidelines are going to be enforced as opposed to Comic-Con.
I have a
'cause-
feeling that the guidelines at Anime NYC
stricter.
are going to be a lot stricter, secondary to the fact that they had the guidelines in place for months now.
Yeah.
Months we knew we were not getting into Anime NYC if you were not fully vaccinated. We
Yeah,
knew
I don't-
that.
I don't. Are they doing the if you get a test? You
No,
can go. They're not doing that.
The Comic Con had the same thing. The only way you were getting into Comic Con this year is if you were under the age of 12 and you couldn't be vaccinated yet.
Mm-hmm.
If you were an adult, it did not matter if you brought in a negative test within the last 72 hours or not. If you were not fully vaccinated and got that little green bracelet that you couldn't take off, you weren't getting in at all.
And I think that's what anime was waiting for. They want to see what New York Comic Con was going to do first.
No. Anime NYC had that policy in place before Comic-Con did. When Comic-Con tickets originally went on sale,
Yeah, there was
you
no
could
policy.
still go if you were unvaccinated. And it was about a month before Con when they actually started announcing more and more of their actual entertainment guests that they changed the policy and said after the first sale went down, the pre-sale for the members and everything like that, all the people that bought online, they went down and said, oh, by the way, we've changed our policy. If you are not fully vaccinated, you can't come, which is why so many people sold their badges online. Why Comic-Con for the first time in over 10 years
I wonder what
was
kind of
not
people
sold
those
out.
were.
The ones who didn't show up? Or,
Yeah,
like how it would have been if they came?
I meant politically. I wonder which ones those were.
Nah, but with the new regulations, I did say something, and I said they finally caught on and they finally got it right. You had to say in your badges everywhere. Before,
Yes, you did.
That's right.
before,
There was a lot of but it was quick.
right? Because they said, "Oh, we got a lottery. Oh, we got a lot." I could give the email to anybody. Oh, I got it too. This time they're like, "Okay, that's great. Show me your badge."
And they had to scan it, and if it showed up as non-valid of a reservation, get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
And they were actually doing because like we went on the Funimation thing, and they were actually counting badges
Yeah.
properly too. Like if it was scanned already, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, we had that happen.
Oh, because the people who got the Comic-Con Funko Pigeon and Rat, you had to go and say, "Oh, I'm here to buy the Funko. Give me a badge." Click.
No, you're not, because you
don't
didn't
have
get
it.
that.
You're not registered. Oh, but I'm here to buy it.
Too
Too
bad.
bad. One guy literally got kicked off the line for doing that.
That's
How
what I
it
say.
should have been when
And
they
he was
first
arguing.
implemented
Yeah, but he was
that.
arguing. But he was like, "You don't have the reservation.
Yeah.
You have to go."
It's true. It's
And-
true.
And then I asked in advance, like, "Listen, I have it for another day. Can I get it now and I have to come back another day?" No, come back that day.
Yeah. They did that with me too. I had the
So-
reservation to get the rat, and while I was there, I said to them, "Can you buy more than one thing while you're at that booth?" And they go, "Yeah, you can totally buy more than one thing." But when I asked for the pigeon pop for this year, they wouldn't sell it to me. They sold me last year's though, and the year before that, I was able to get if I wanted. But this year's, no. I was only allowed to get the pizza rat for this year. But I was able to get pizza rat from last year and pigeon from last year, so
They're cute.
No, but I actually, like I said, even though it goes against how I do things, I do like the fact that it says you have the reservation.
you can't pull any Swift ones.
Yeah,
Like that.
You have to have the reservation has to be on your badge.
I
Yeah.
think that's part of also why it just like it actually like went really well this con.
It flowed.
yeah,
Because
they actually were doing what they were supposed to.
because
For
it
once.
wasn't like last year, like let me rip off this and I'll give it to my friend. Now he can go buy it and or whatever it is. No, is it on your badge? Yeah, click. Okay, go.
Yeah, there
It's on
was
your
no
badge?
sharing of badges either.
Yep.
And it had your name.
It had your name.
It had your name and it had the
Your-
reservation.
yep.
It had all your info. And I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
because there was a time when me and one of my friends were going to switch badges really quick for him to go do something, and
Right,
then
you were going to switch your press bag with his panelist bag.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was like, oh, but then
Couldn't do certain
yeah,
things.
we wouldn't be able to like get in because it would come up as like our names. Definitely, those are not our names. So
Yes, and if you knew our friend, he's like 6'1", 6'2", big ass beard, tattoos, and then our Choco here is like 5'3". Right?
5'0".
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm just 5 foot.
No wonder I was literally almost 2 feet taller than you in those boots, where apparently they make me taller than John
I wish
Cena.
I was 5'3".
They those boots apparently made me taller than John Cena. So
Maybe that was my one complaint was those photo ops.
yeah, the photo ops. Then
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys had an issue with that.
oh, epic photo ops. If you are listening, you fucking suck. All right, you screwed up and you screwed up bad. From what I'm told, the Saturday Hayden Christensen line, people were in line for 4 hours to get his autograph, and then he stopped doing them. He wouldn't do them. He left.
Yeah. Epic.
Why?
No, Epic.
I think they overbooked him.
No. I actually went and asked around a bit. They did not cap the line.
They were supposed to.
The previous staff always capped the line. Mm-hmm. And they would say, nope, line's full, come back.
Yeah, because he needs a break after a while.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the problem. The line was there and went into his break, and he was like,
What are you doing?
what are we doing here? I'm like, I'm supposed to go on break.
And then he had photo op time.
And,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, but you got to finish. We allowed all these people to do this. They've already paid. Send them back.
Yeah, get a refund.
And that was my first complaint. First of all, you allowed the guest to dictate way too much. Mm-hmm. Because our John Cena photo op was for 5:30 on the website. 5:30 the day before. It's been moved to 1:30. The fuck?
Which really screwed us up because we actually had all of our photo ops planned down to the perfect time.
Yeah, you guys had like a whole schedule.
Perfect time. And then
Sunday. The boys were supposed to be at 1:30.
They magically got moved up to 12:30.
We were supposed to do Hayden Christensen, get a break, come back, do...
The boys.
No, what was the other guy's name?
David Harbour,
and then go straight to the boys.
right.
No.
Hayden Christensen was supposed to be at 11:30 in the morning. Then the David Harbour photo op that we had would have been at 12:50. The boys would have been at 12:30. So we would have literally snap with David Harbour, ran to the
1:30.
boys.
Yeah.
It was at 1:30.
That's what I said.
You said 11:30.
I said, shush, don't talk. No. You don't allowed to talk. No, I'm going to mute your mic. You ain't allowed to talk no more.
Were the celebrities like nice? Did they come off like
No,
energetic,
they
or-
were really nice, and they
Yeah.
hated the plexiglass just as much as we did.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, the only one that was kind of like a little bit was John Cena.
No, I heard David Harbour. I heard he was just there like just phoning it in.
He actually did react to a couple of our friends. He did react to our friend's Billy's cosplay.
Yeah.
You liked Billy? I didn't.
Liked Billy. He's like so awesome. And George Takei lost his fucking mind when I walked up
he
as
did
Jessica
a
Rabbit.
legit, oh my.
He did a legit oh my.
Who was
like
this?
George Takei.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when he saw her Jessica Rabbit, he was like, oh my.
He literally went, "Oh my, you are fantastic! I love it!" And I'm like, and he was like, "Okay, so let's." He went to do the Spock thing. I was like, "No, make the heart with me against the plexiglass," and he did. I was like, "I'm a happy bean."
He legit liked her cosplay.
Yeah, he was like, "You're making me question myself." I'm like, then my mission is accomplished. If I can make a gay man question their sexuality while dressed up as Jessica Rabbit, I consider that a win. Okay.
No. The boys was very good. I heard they were giving everyone the finger.
Yeah, they were giving the finger in photos, and some you could see in some they were actually reaching around the plexiglass.
You know, it's funny you're mentioning that because when I was home one of the days while you were all at Comic-Con, I saw a post from the boys panel, and they said that they were dropping F-bomb. They didn't care. They were not sent. They were just, so they probably just had a ball.
They were having
they looked
so
like they were
much
having
fun.
They just didn't care.
They didn't.
They didn't hold back. They were just
so short, though.
I was taller than all of them.
Yeah, you literally were
I
taller
was
than
looking
almost
like,
everyone.
what the
I was taller than all of them.
And I was shorter than all of them.
You were. You were even shorter than Fukuhara.
I know. I thought I would at least be taller than one of them. Or at same height.
Yeah.
No.
No. I was very upset though that
And I had your heel shoes on, too.
You did.
I was
They were
still
flat
shorter.
heels.
No, because I was
Yeah, a little
catnip,
bit.
so I had like a little, at least, I had an inch. Still shorter.
Yeah, even on Comic-Con's IG, they had the guy that plays Hugh. They had him do a promo, and he was cursing his fucking ass off.
He was tall.
He is tall.
He surprised me.
he's
I
the
was
only-
like,
he's the only one that was taller than me.
Yeah.
which one was that?
Hugh, the guy that plays Hugh.
You still have to watch
I
it.
no.
You.
The Homelander guy. He
was short. I was like,
He had his
No,
hat
he
and
was
his glasses
medium
on,
height.
right?
Yeah.
No,
Why was he doing that? He
'Cause
didn't
he-
take his stuff off, or
If he wanted to, he could have, but I think he was just being comfortable. And no, like, dude, be comfortable.
Right.
You know, you're here for 4 days. Be comfortable.
Right.
No, but I would say besides the Funimation, I think that the second biggest was that AEW one.
Oh my
They had a lot
god!
of stuff happening.
They had, like we said, we're talking about Funimation. AEW, I think, really put an impact on that con.
AEW showed up last minute. They showed up like a week before con, and they're
Did
like,
they also have the rest? Was that also them? The wrestling ring? That was
No.
also them? Or that
no,
was
Whack
someone else?
Art. That was some other
That
vendor.
was
okay.
what's not.
Whatever.
Close enough.
Do we even know what What's Not is?
I don't know.
It's
what
a
that
new
is.
website that's promoting that to sell like collectibles and everything like that.
Why was it a wrestling ring then?
because pretty much they're saying anything. I don't know why they
Anything goes.
Well, we missed what's his name, Blake Martinez from the Giants. Supposedly he showed up that day.
What?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know about that.
There was like a lot of apparently incognito like stars that
Yeah.
went to this con because I was seeing other people's pictures. Like I took a picture with blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, they were there.
The voice actor, Veronica Taylor, was actually walking around in an Ash mask
I love that.
and going up to any single Ash Pokemon cosplayer that she could find and
Doing the voice?
talking to them.
Oh my
Did
God.
not tell them who she was.
Oh my god.
And then after it was like, oh, let me take a picture with you, and like being all gushy, let me take a picture of you. Then she told them who she was, and every single one of them was like,
Yeah, that was a lot of surprise.
I love that.
that's great. She's coming back to Anime NYC, I think.
I think she goes.
She does.
every year.
Yeah.
I've met her before. She's very nice.
Yeah.
No, the AEW one, I think they partnered up with Nerd Clothing. It's the same company that does the clothing line for that.
Up, down, down.
Yeah, with Up, Down, Down, and the AEW line.
Yes.
They I think were the biggest hits.
I mean, you had freaking help me out here.
First day they had Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze.
In cosplay.
Yes,
He was Principal Trunchbull from
Yep,
Matilda.
Trunchbull.
And Xavier Woods is a big gamer.
And a
'Cause-
big cosplayer.
Yeah, because no, when I went to E3 back in 2019, I actually saw him being interviewed on the show floor at E3, so he was there too.
Yeah.
He was doing something for Gears of War, but like
He
yeah.
loves games.
no,
Loves
he
them.
ended a live stream for one of his shows. He's like, "All right, this is going on so long. I got to go to Dragon Con. Bye."
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah. And they were live streaming for Up, Down, Down during their whole thing. Tyler Breeze, Xavier Woods. Loved them. So nice, so sweet. We actually spotted them coming into the convention.
Yeah.
We spotted Breeze outside
And
Put
then-
in his Trunchbull on.
And then, no, Trunchbull, that was
He was
Xavier
putting it
Woods
on as he was coming in. And I'm sitting there going, is that? And he looks, and Fernando looks at me and he goes, no fucking way. Literally exactly like that. And I'm like, is that? And he goes, uh-huh. I'm like, do we say? No. Because you kind of embarrassed Breeze? Yeah. Don't do it. And he's like, what? I'm like, I think they want to be incognito. Leave them alone. Don't talk.
Who was that we were walking past?
Tyler Breeze.
That's who we're talking
But
about.
he
Yeah.
said something and he laughed, right?
Yeah,
Fernando's like, up, down, down, up, down, down, as we were walking past him, and the guy's
And
like,
they cracked up.
yeah, no, they loved it.
and then they recognized us when we went to meet
And then
them.
day 2, you ran into Adam. No, day 3, you ran into Adam Cole.
I did in my bow set, and he liked it.
Yay!
I am so much taller than that man.
No, he admitted he was like, he actually
Short.
said during one of his live streams, I think the other day, he said he only got an hour to do the con.
Yeah, he got an hour
And-
to walk around.
He says he tried to be as unnoticeable as possible. He said one chick got him.
Me.
Oh, he mentioned you.
He did.
It was me. I did it. It
was
was
this?
Agatha all along.
Wait, who is
Adam-
this?
Adam Cole
Cole.
that does AEW.
Adam Cole, baby.
okay.
Yeah.
The one that Walter was really excited about getting in the photograph with us.
Yeah,
We met the Lucha Brothers.
that was a big one.
That was a big one. Fernando was losing his shit. We met Orange Cassidy.
That Walter lost his shit for that one.
Lost his shit. And I'm literally the guy.
I watched that. That was fun to watch.
Oh, it was so good. And I'm standing behind the guy. Literally, I'm like towering over him, behind him for the photo op. And I did that on purpose because his persona is like, whatever, I don't care.
I like that Walter mimicked him in the photo. It was so cute.
No, because that was the funniest thing. Everyone was talking about that. The wrestlers, a lot of them did not stay in character.
He did.
No.
He
And then
did.
we met that Van Housen guy, right?
Danhausen.
There you go.
He did not stay in character. He
No,
just
he liked it.
He liked it way too much.
I was in my Kigu at that point. I was in my Charizard Kigu, and we walk up to him, and he's like, I like your Kigu. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yes. Because he's supposed to be evil.
so very evil.
But he was not. He
Not
was
that day.
very, very nice. All of them, so down to earth, so nice. Adam Cole, what? I'm sitting there going, I can die happy. You should see Phoenix Gate. Go on the IG. You'll see the photo. I'm literally standing behind him, towering over everybody in my Bowsette costume with my arms going wide open because this is amazing.
Nah, he was
I'm
very
gonna look
nice.
for this photo now.
No, because I had my Uno deck, and they tell you only get one signature. I gave Walter the autograph photo,
Yeah, which he was supposed to autograph.
and we went up and I showed him the Uno deck, he was like, yes.
And then we asked him nicely, like, hey, would you mind signing this for our friend since we have the Uno deck? And he goes, of course. I was like, oh, he's nice.
That's always a plus.
No, he was, I think I was the first one that was on his line that had the Uno deck. Mm-hmm. I think I was the first one.
And then you got retweeted a bunch.
90.
He's still getting retweeted. Mine is actually being retweeted as well because I put up the picture. And they're like, now everyone's calling out Cesaro, who is the only one that has not signed the Uno deck.
Yeah, there's like, he got almost everyone from the podcast to like sign it. And so now they're all calling out the last person he needs to sign it on Twitter.
Oh boy.
I believe I have one shot. The only problem is it's during Anime NYC.
When is
Do
it? Is he going to Wrestling Universe?
No, they're in New York. Remember they're doing...
AEW is doing...
No. Survivor Series is in New York.
Brooklyn.
Correct.
Oh, I will allow you to leave Anime NYC if he agrees to sign your Uno deck.
That depends if he even does a signing.
He'll do it.
Figure it out.
No, he'll sign it. Don't
Definitely
get me
get
wrong.
it.
No, because the best part was they did a live stream Sunday night.
Now, let's not forget, the WWE was there too, but they were on the other side. They had Jerry the King Lawler, Rob Van Dam. Who else was there?
Oh, yeah, we saw him on
Yeah.
Saturday?
Saturday.
Was
Saturday
Jake
we
the
saw
Snake
him.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rob
Jake
Van...
the Snake was there.
Jake the Snake. Fernando almost rammed into him coming out of the bathroom.
No, I bumped into him, and was it
Walter.
Walter bumped into Van Dam.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was trying to get away from... We didn't know it was his girlfriend who was running around.
Did Walter know who that was?
Yeah, he
Oh,
knew.
yeah, he
Freak
did.
out?
He was like, yo, I bumped into Rob
Walter
Van
was
Dam
in
the bathroom.
wrestling heaven, like,
I
all
was
weekend.
like, really? I was like, I bumped into Jake the Snake in the bathroom.
Yeah, they were bonding over it while we were waiting to meet Adam Cole. It was so cute.
No, the only WWE person was there was Cena.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and he wasn't really doing anything. The
He
one
only
thing
did the photo ops.
he
right?
did the
Yeah.
photo ops. He had an autograph session, and then he bounced.
I know. I heard he canceled that.
He canceled his autographs.
I heard he canceled it.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? How the Ghostbusters panel showed the
up.
Ghostbusters movie.
And you know we had the reservation for that
I
panel.
know.
We are still mad about that.
I'm actually on the fence about being mad about that.
So everybody that went to the panel
Got to
watched
watch
it
the
there.
movie.
The whole movie.
Did
The
they know
whole
what they
thing.
were going to do or no?
No.
They were just like, oh, by the way, we're going to show you the movie
No,
right
no,
now.
no. Supposedly someone said, Ivan Reitman came out, said Ghostbusters was done in New York. Ghostbusters was made in New York. It was for New York. And our gift to you, New York, is we're giving you the movie tonight.
Ta-da!
Because that movie was supposed to be out years ago.
I would have cried just from that speech.
Yeah.
Two guys did. They said they cried when they found out.
Apparently,
I would've.
I was talking to when we were online for Funimation on
Yeah,
Sunday
the guy
morning.
behind us. He was very nice.
He was dressed as Dagobah Luke.
Yep.
Very well done. And he was talking to us. He was at that panel. He went and he said that people were crying, they were screaming, they were every chance they got. He goes, it was fantastic. I go, tell me nothing about that movie. No spoilers. And he was like, nope, fair.
Yeah, that was the one rule they did keep.
No
Everyone said
spoilers.
they did not talk during in the chats. Everyone was like, yo, why is it so quiet? Then it came out, we saw the movie.
And they're not allowed to talk about it.
How was it? We can't tell you nothing.
No. They can. The one thing that the consensus that I've been getting from everybody that was at that
amazing.
panel is that it is amazing. It's literally going to break box office records.
Well, I
I can't
heard-
Well,
wait.
the
You said-
original movie did.
You
so.
said to me that it was what sequels want to be.
Yes.
And I read
That's what people were saying.
critics have already, like IGN and a few other websites, have already put up reviews giving it 9s or 8s, saying it's going to leave you wanting more. It definitely, it definitely touches up on a lot of stuff that happened. Like it recognizes the old movies
Yeah.
Yeah.
to a
It
T.
ties it in.
To a
It
T.
even tied in apparently the female Ghostbuster movie.
Oh, nice.
It even
It did?
touched on that.
Really?
Is that a spoiler alert?
No.
I didn't know
It's
that.
not a spoiler. When I say that they referenced every single Ghostbusters movie, every single
I believe that.
Ghostbuster,
That's fantastic.
including the cartoon.
No No way.
Way.
Yeah, we
so
definitely-
excited.
Little things. They're very subtle. I was talking to a boy, one of my friends. They're part of the New York Ghostbusters people. Not saying who, and I'm not giving away anything. But they said that is a movie that you're gonna have to go and watch at least 3 times in the theaters because there's always gonna be something else that you see, and you're gonna be sitting there going,
Where's it come out?
November.
November.
It was supposed to come out in September, I think, or August.
They pushed it back.
Yeah.
We're going. Hello.
I need to go see that.
We need to go.
That's the movie I'm most excited for.
Honestly, that's the only
sure.
reason why I'm on the fence about missing that panel, even though I had the reservation for it, is because as much as I would have loved to be one of the first people to see that, I'm preferring to see it in a theater with popcorn and chilling with all my friends and just like having a big ruckus. Like that's what I wanted to do. Just saying.
Yeah,
So-
and then the Dragon Ball movie was announced, but I heard the booth already gave away the. No, they already gave away the preview.
The booth cave? Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, they gave the preview of the movie that wasn't supposed to be released yet. They did premiere the new Dragon Ball Z game at that booth as
Wait,
well.
what are they making now? A new game.
I think it's a continuation of.
Kakarot?
I think so.
No,
I think
Fighter Z.
it's Fighter Z.
Okay.
Oh, there's a sequel?
Yeah, that's what they premiered at that booth as well as all the figure art stuff. But let's say final impressions of New York City Comic Con 2021. Because it's almost that time. We are still shot. So we need to close the gate and take a breather. Take a break. And obviously we'll be back with some spoopy funs very soon.
Spoopy.
Spoopies! So let's go with Nando, your final impression of New York City Comic Con 2021.
I think it was great, but we'll never get a con like that again.
No.
I think come next year, it's going to go right back to what it used to be
Yeah.
with the expansion, full blown.
Scott?
I give it like a 9 out of 10, maybe.
Really? That's impressive because you're
Yeah.
very hard to impress.
Maybe.
Are you taking that back now?
Yeah. I liked it. I kind of like I went in with very low expectations and ended up being very impressed and happy with it.
I agree. Choco?
I had fun. Besides the Friday mashup and
Sunday?
yeah, besides that, I had fun. Saturday was probably the funnest I've had at New York Comic Con since I started going to Comic Con.
That was a good day.
So that was really good. I enjoyed how little people there were the whole time. I don't like crowds. That's why I like kind of stopped going to Comic Con in a way. So this was like perfect, and the fact that it was more anime-ish vendors and stuff type there, I was like, oh, this was made for me. I'm fine with that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't go back the way it was.
Yeah, please, dear gods in heaven, do not go back to the freaking place where you could barely breathe, let alone walk. Now, my final impression, I've been going to Comic-Con since it started. Literally since it started, before they even moved to the Javits. They moved to the Javits. The first Comic-Con moved to the Javits in 2006. I was at that con. It was only in the basement. That's it. And then over the years, it got bigger and progressed and moved to all the different parts and then construction, blah, 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 whatever. This, out of the years that I have been attending Comic-Con, is quite possibly the best Comic-Con I have ever been to. And that's including the massive amount of physical pain that I was in on Friday and Sunday because I was just done. And even with the fuck up from Epic Photo Ops, and honestly, still, number one Comic-Con I have ever been to. And I've been to a lot. So that's saying a lot. All right. Comic-Con. Hats off to you. You did excellent.
You did great.
You did good. Reed Pop, even though you're a disgusting, money-hungry bunch of whores, you did wonderful. We totally approve. And hopefully that kind of attitude continues next year because the gate will try to be in attendance because, something's happening a couple weeks before Comic-Con. It's kind of important, before Comic-Con, but we'll see.
I wonder what that could be.
I'm not telling anybody. Fucking me. Whatever. I'm getting married.
What do you think next year's big cosplay will be?
My wedding dress. That's what it's gonna be. But yeah, so guys, seriously, as always, Fernando, Scott, Choco, thank you for joining me on the gate, even though we're all exhausted. I mean, Scott less so because he only had to deal with it one day. You lucky bastard. But thank you for joining me on the gate. I hope you guys enjoy this. Check out our IG for all like this cosplay spam, all the different pictures that we took over the weekend. Because honestly, you know a con is good when you don't take a ton of pictures and you just enjoy yourself. So, see you guys at Anime NYC, and who knows, Jade may or may not show up at the spooky Brooklyn con that's happening in a couple of weeks. I don't know yet. We'll see. My brothers from the second round are trying to convince me to go. So we'll see what happens. But other than that, ladies, germs, we love you. Bye. I am the